Alrighty, what is going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to the channel for another market update. Hope everybody had a lovely day. And with that being said, let's dive into the TA. Alright guys, so we're going to have a very quick video today summarizing what we're paying attention to right now. And then I got a few setups at the end of the video just for you. All right, so we're going to kick it off here with SPY, guys. So we did stall out here today at the 0.786 Fibonacci retracement from this most recent decline. We stalled out right there, and now we have a new resistance level to be paying attention to. All right, but we knew the seller's line in the sand was going to be 594.50. If you started getting above there, we're probably going to start making our way up to 599.70. We stalled out right there at 594.50. Okay, so on the upside of resistance, you're going to be watching today's high at 594.30. All right, get above there, you're watching 597.75 and then 599.70. On the downside of support, we have 591.04, 589.20, and 586.12. Okay, we do have this most recent, gap just still kind of sitting there. I personally don't think it's going to be filled. We are now above the short-term moving averages. It is important that we hold them. As you see, we got above them. We got above them. You didn't hold them. You didn't hold them. It is important to see this hold. Preferably, we grind sideways for a few trading sessions right around here and then advance from there. Okay, come on over here to QQQ, guys. You are still in this, giant looking, bull pennant / bull flag looking thing. Break this upper trend line. It's probably going to start, making some moves. But in reality, just like SPY, you had the golden pocket here from the most recent decline. And we did find sellers in that golden pocket. So you really got to get above there to start really making moves over here on the Qs on the Nasdaq. So support, we're going to be watching 513.28. Underneath there, we have 509.29, 505.71, and 501.93. On the upside as resistance, you have 516.64, you have 519.65, and we're actually going to change that to today's high. So you're going to have 516.64, 519.06, 522.03. You can get above 522.03. You're probably going to start making your way up here to 527.92. Okay, but big picture over here in QQ is this still looks very beautiful. As long as you don't crap the bed tomorrow. I think we have a solid, weekly candlestick setup on most of the charts that we cover. All right, come on over here to IWM. All right, IWM and DIA are really what's, making me think this is not just dead cat bounce like the last two bounces we had recently over the past month. This is probably going to be where you consolidate for a little bit and then advance up and take out that last swing high. And then you actually start, making waves here on the upside. Support over here on IWM 223.28, 221.38, 219.60, and 218.07. On the upside, resistance is 224.66 to 226.64. This is the supply zone. You got to clear 226.64, and then above there, you have absolutely nothing until 230.55. Same look on DIA. See how you challenged this most recent, swing high over here. You actually got above this one over here. Your same concept here. You're sitting right here at supply. You got to clear supply. You got to get above 433.20, but once above there, you have nothing until 438.04. All right, this little reaction spot you got going on up there. Again, you're above the short-term moving averages. So if you were to pull back, I would expect buyers on those. That's going to be the thing that's going to tell us, okay, it's ready. Are we going to get buyers? So if you come back down and test 429.32 at that point, look for buyers to defend. If not, they're 525.51. Now, guys, because of what we did yesterday on VIX, this thing could bounce, but I don't think it's going to get anything much. I think we're probably going to come up here and test the short-term moving averages and then probably reject there. We will see what happens. But, overall, I'm thinking things are still going to be, moving up here. Fear and greed index, guys, after our big move yesterday, we're still sitting down here and, things take time to carve out. And that is pretty much all that's happening right now. It's just taking its dear sweet time. All right, so coming over to the big boys, guys, we want to make this a 5-minute video. It's looking like we might have a 10-minute video here, but I'm trying to go through these as quick as possible. So not going to call out specific levels, except for over here on Tesla, guys. Get above, you can break back above 426.43. We'll just take that off. 426.43. that is when you're probably going to start moving and grooving up in here into the next golden pocket. But you know, from just taking this low up to here, okay, take the measured move of this, that's going to bring you, you know, up around 470, 475. That is where I think you were headed. You know, same concept that we were just talking about. You're now above the short-term moving averages. You rejected last time you tested them. You rejected there. Now you're above them. It is important that you hold them. So ideally, you want to get buyer stepping around here. It doesn't really matter that you had this, you know, pullback day after yesterday's 8% day. You know, it's not the biggest deal in the world. You know, bigger picture is still you have a all-time high break and retest going on here on the weekly time frame. Hold back to the weekly 9. You're now finding buyers stepping in off of that, and you have a pretty nasty setup over here on the daily time frame. So Tesla's still top watch over here for me. Meta over here, guys, just a day of consolidation. You're not doing a whole lot of anything over here on Meta. You know, we just gotta wait and see what happens over here. Ultimately, guys, whenever the time comes, you hit this alert up here near 630. When you take out 629.79, that is when you get the move to 650 and then 660. Until that happens, like, it's just going to be consolidating. So, you know, don't drive yourself crazy with this one over here. When the time comes, the time comes. But that is why I don't like short-term options. I don't think it's worth trying to, you know, you could time the market, but, you know, you try and pinpoint it, and that's when you get, you know, like, you could do it, okay? But are you going to be successful at it all the time? Probably not. That is my opinion there. Okay, Apple, guys, took a nice big old crap here down to the 0.786 fib. New low today. I'm just going to point out daily RSI is just about in oversold territory here. Probably not going much lower. I figured the low was going to be in with, you know, what printed, you know, to start the week off on Monday. You had a really nice look here on the weekly time frame, and today you shat on it. You know, you had a minus 4% day there. That is kind of no joke. Do I think it's get bought up immediately? No, I think you probably are gonna, you know, at least have one more red day here, go a little bit lower. I think this daily RSI is going to come down into oversold territory. But at the end of the day, you know, a lot of consolidation here. You broke out. You're probably going to get buyers stepping in over here. You're probably not just going to come down and, you know, take out the low of the consolidation you just had. It's probably not going to happen. All right. So look for buyers to step in, you know, now anywhere between 219.71 and 229.70, not 229.72. And, you know, current price right here. I'll just mark that. All right. Buyers step in between 228.03 and 219.71 for a big boy move. I'm going to be honest, preferably you wanted, you know, buyers step in right here like it was looking like they were doing until today came along. That would have been ideal just to keep the clean look to the chart. You have now given that up. So we will see how this goes. I want to see a green weekly candlestick form. And then from that point, you probably are going to take a break from the red weekly candlesticks and come back to the green, at least for a few weeks. All right. And that is going to be your tell that, hey, rebound is starting. We're going to have to wait. I don't think you're just going to put in, you know, a massive green day tomorrow after what happened today. I think you probably are going lower. And yeah. All right. I expect buyers to step in here and bring you back up in the end. All right. You'll probably be revisiting, you know, 245, 250. But you're going to have to wait for that to happen. All right. It's going to take its time here. Amazon over here, guys, still in this bull flag. It's really all, you know, I want to point out on Amazon. 215.90. You're what, paying attention on the downside. Watch for this upper trend line to break. And then we're watching for new highs. Google over here, guys, weekly time frame still, you know, looks pretty beautiful over here, breaking retest off the previous highs, similar to Tesla's chart over there. But you know, not looking too bad. You're just still stuck in consolidation, getting ready for that next move. Microsoft is honestly showing the relative strength compared to everything today. It is barely down on the day. Meta is also not down too bad on the day, but you know, Microsoft specific over here is holding pretty well here, pretty well. Okay. Now let's go over big boy NVIDIA over here. Big fat red candlestick here. Like, things don't look, you know, too pretty here in the short term for some of these tickers, guys. I'm going to be completely honest with that one. All right. So maybe we are going to have another day of selling here. You know, you come over here to SPY, closed out with a big fat red candlestick right up until the end of the day. You weren't going to be looking like that. You were going to be closing up here. That's 593. All right, that means that the wick would be all the way up here. We would have a big fat hammer candlestick, but of course they tanked it right at the close. nothing we could really do about that. But, important thing is you're above these short-term moving averages. That's the next step here. You want to hold them. And then you want to break above today's high at 594.30. So you could start making your way up here to 597.75 and then 599.70. Okay. All right. All right. So I'm going to put something on your radar now. First things first. All right. I already put it on your radar before it actually started going. All right. I pointed out how it had the strength during, when the market was just falling off a cliff, pulling back. Roblox was holding up very well. We are now seeing that, start to have that next leg up. So keep your eye on that guy over there. Next one I am going to talk about is HIMS. Okay, so HIMS is one that I'm paying attention to right now. And, really doesn't look too bad at all. All right, this is something that just broke out. You hit it with the break and retest yesterday, and you just kind of dragged yourself up to 28.72 resistance today. Your high was 28.68, so you rejected that resistance. I'm looking for that to be taken out, and above there we're talking 31 bucks, 33.14, and I think on this rip you're going to hit 35.02 and probably go well above that. Weekly chart is really coming together, and when the market is doing what it does today, and this is just kind of holding strong today, it's kind of eventful. Okay, that is noticeable. That is something that is something to pay attention to. And I do think this is going to make its way back up the highs. Sweet inverse head and shoulders break and retest. I'm really, eyeing this guy over here. All right, next one, Uber, guys. Uber did end up, taking off down here from this consolidation. We didn't know exactly where the bottom was, but, it was something that we were definitely going to start putting on the radar because it was either going to come down here and the bottom would be put in, or it was going to start moving up and break above 63.94. At that point, you were going to have a reversal. All right, you are now starting that reversal. You came up here, putting the swing higher here in the daily time frame, pulled back, retest where you broke out from here at 63.94. You retested where you broke out from on this trend line retest. And then you also retested the short-term moving averages, guys. This is kind of picture perfect over here. Above 68.84, you can have room up to 73.55 and then 76.50. Okay. All right, guys, with that being said, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. It was not a 5-minute video, but it was a 12-minute video. We don't really make those here on this channel. So that's pretty impressive stuff right there. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. I hope you guys had a good day, and I hope you guys are going to kill it to end the week. And with that being said, peace.